Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna just put the light on. Shut that, get some music. How are you all? You good? Let me see. Give me a number, guys, from 1 to 5 on one hand, how your day has been today. 5 is a really good day. 1 is a really rubbish day. Everyone's good. Everyone's good. What are we saying, Callum? 5. I'm a 5 as well. Awesome. Really, really good, guys. Okay, we'll do a warm-up. I've planned to do some agility stuff today. For the agility part of the class, I'd like you to try and have a line of some sort on the floor that you can use. So you could have, I don't know what you've got laying around, maybe a skipping rope, or maybe if you can, you might be able to scuff one on your carpet floor. Just about. Or perhaps you have a resistance band, or you could roll up a throw. I'm trying to be creative now, or a towel even. Skipping rope, perfect, perfect. That's right, Mary. Excellent. Okay, so we just need a line of some sort on the floor for you to use. But we'll warm up first of all. Then, as always, we're going to do some basics. And then I want to look at some jump landings before we try and do some of your jumps. So let's do a little warm up.
Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. Every time the sun goes down, I let you take control. I can feel the paradise before my world implodes. And tonight had something wonderful. My bad habits lead to late nights, sitting alone. Conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white eyes in space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after 2. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. Every pure intention ends when the good times start. Falling over everything to reach the first time spark. It started under neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know how to go too far. My bad habits lead to nights sitting alone. Conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after 2. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to you.
So you'll need that line on the floor. I also need one. Let me use this. God, I hope, yeah, I don't think you can see that on your screen. Not very straight line either. But basically, hopefully you can see that.
Do we need it now?
Yes, go and grab your line now. Pop it on the floor. And make sure you've got a bit of space either side of it. We're going to give you a few little drills to do, and we'll do maybe 20 seconds of each one. We'll do 3 drills for a minute, and then get your breath back for a minute, because this is quite energetic, this part. So the goal of agility is to move your feet quickly, as fast as you can, okay? And it's to speed up your reaction time, and it's to speed up your movement in your feet to get the messages down to your feet as quickly as you can. So let's find a good song. Okay, some of these are a little bit complicated. So I will try and explain them as best as I can. And keep that straight with something. Oh, perfect. Okay, if you stand to one side of your line, now I say like, if it's one tap, I'll say one. If it's two taps, I'll say two. Okay, and I'll just explain it like that. So we'll start sideways onto the line. What I want you to try and do is 1, 1. So one tap over the line and then one tap together, but the right foot's moving as well. So it's like you're jogging, but we're going to move that left foot over the line and back, over the line and back with every other step. Okay, and we'll do the left foot for 20 seconds. And then we'll swap and step over the line, and we'll do the right foot for 20 seconds. And then the final 20 seconds of our minute, we'll try and do 1, 2, 1, 2. So we'll swap the leg quickly. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like that. Okay, so the goal is the speed. So we've got fast feet. And 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, as fast as you can without treading on the line. Don't worry if you don't, it's just for fun, having that line there as a little guide. The fact that you're practicing moving your feet is what we're going for with the agility. The accuracy is in that control over where your foot goes. So making sure you're focusing on where it goes as fast as you can. And then we swap sides, and then we'll do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 1 minute. You can follow along. I'll change every 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Faster, 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 faster. Change to the right. Faster, faster, faster. Both feet. 1, 2, 1, 2. And relax. Woo! Feel those legs burning. They are burning. Okay. You can get your breath back for a minute while I explain the next one. So for this one, you're going to face your line, so toes towards the line. And we're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2. So 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. That's the first one. That's the first 20. That's your high kick song. What do you mean like a kick? Woohoo! High kick song. Okay, so 2 steps forward, 2 steps. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that's the first 20 seconds. In the second 20 seconds, we're going to stay this side of the line and do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So I'm keeping my weight on the back foot and I'm using the front foot to tap across the line. And because it's fast, I have to jump a little bit, but you're still trying to not hit that line. So try not to kick the line as you do it. You want to step and tap just in front of it. So that's the second 20 seconds. And the last one, we'll do that in reverse. So you're going to step over the line and you're going to step back, 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 step back. Like that. Okay, so the first one is 1, 2, 1, 2. The second one is tap, 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 tap in front. And the last one is tap, 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 tap behind. Okay, has everyone got that? Okay, Callum's looking confused. Let me explain that again, Callum, for you. So you take 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. 1, 2, 1, 2. And you speed that up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and you go at your own pace, guys. It doesn't have to be as fast as I'm showing you. It can be at your own pace. And the second one, Callum, we're just going to tap the floor in front of the line with one leg and then tap it in front of the line with the other leg. 1, 2, 1, 2. And you're going to do that as fast as you can as well. And the last one, Callum, is to step over the line and tap your foot on the line behind you. So it's making sure you go over the line and you don't kick the line. You're lifting up and over and you're doing that as fast as you can. Okay, you can follow along. It's 1 minute of craziness, 20 seconds, 1, 2, 1, 2 for the first one, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. And in front step. All right, good work. That's the second minute done. Okay, we're gonna do one more set of 3. And now for this one, what I'd like to do, let's be a bit creative with this. So it's a bit of a challenge if you find this easy. We're gonna go step towards the line on one foot. Then you're gonna tap the line on your back foot by going behind it. So step behind, tap, step, step. Okay, so be step behind, step, step. So step behind, step together. Step behind, step together. Step behind, step together. Step behind, step together. That's the first 20 seconds. Then we'll start the other side and do it the other way round. So step behind, step together. So the leg that's going behind is the one crossing the line and back in. Step, 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 step behind, step, step behind, step. Okay, is everyone okay with that? Give me a thumbs up because that one's a bit more complicated. All good. Okay, and the last 20 seconds, we're going to try and alternate. Okay, so you'll do step, right leg behind, step together, left leg behind, step together, right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg. Oh, that's tricky. Boom, 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 boom. That's tricky, but it's fun to try. So there's the challenge. Let's put 1 minute left on the clock. So when the music stops, it's the end of the challenge, the end of the agility, and we'll try it. So step behind one way, step behind the other way, and then alternating, we'll try for 20 seconds. See if we can do it together. You ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. I completely lost it at the end. That was going so well, and then I lost it. Right, you can push your line away. That was good fun. Agility steps, fast feet. Get your breath back, grab a drink. We're going to do some basics, some extension, and then we'll look at your landings. So what do we need for this? Last week we went over the pillow, didn't we? Okay, let's start you on the floor for this. Get you to feel the extension, and we'll just go over what we did last week, and then I'll add to it. So, right, sit on the floor with your legs in front of you, like this. The first thing I want you to feel is that extension in your legs without. So you can feel extension, you don't see extension, or you shouldn't have to see it to know that it's there. So what I want you to do is point your toes hard to the point where these muscles under your, just below your knees, on the back of your legs, your calf muscles, these ones on the back, they fire up, they turn on, they go hard, yeah? And then we're going to push your knees to the floor, and so hard that these muscles on top also fire up, and they become hard. They're all engaged all the way down your leg, and you can feel that the muscles are working. So when you lift your leg, it stays straight. It stays straight. Have a go. It doesn't bend. It goes straight all the way up. That's our forward extension. That's what we went over last week. We went over the pillows. Remember that? And over the pillows. And we did it out the back as well, which is the one we probably use more often, is to get that extension. And we went over the pillows this way, like so. So what I think we'll do today, guys, we'll do a dynamic stretch where we kick up, but we'll kick way higher than you'll ever need it. And we'll keep that extension engaged all the way through, so you can get a lovely extension out the back. And then we're going to hold it like a plank. 10 seconds is a really good time for this. And we'll see. And then we've got a little strength test for you before we get into our landings, which will also just give us a rough idea of how strong your legs are, and maybe perhaps where you should be in using this test. You'll be able to know. So we're going to do on your hands and knees. The 10 kick-ups is straight out the back, so try not to twist and rotate. We're trying to keep your hips and shoulders facing forward and facing down to the floor, so your shoulders and your hips are parallel with the floor. We're not twisting up like that when you kick. So we kick up nice and high out the back. We'll do 10 kicks on each leg, and then we're going to hold your leg in the air for 10 seconds, and that will be our extension exercise. So you can follow along with me, guys. 10 on each leg, then 10-second holds. Oh, my love it, yeah. I mean, oh, yeah. I replay this moment make sure when your leg's at the highest point, it goes straight. You straighten that knee out. You can feel the extension without seeing it. You can feel it in your legs and your toes are pointing. And then we do the other leg as well, 10 on the other leg. Straight leg at the top.
I imagine myself inside in a room with platinum and gold eyes. Dancing, catch your eye, you be mesmerized. Oh, find the corner there, you.
Right. Now, once you've done your 10, you go back to your first leg. We're going to push it as high and as straight as you can. Focus on the straight because this is all about extension. Can you get your knee straight by engaging those muscles and feeling it's engaged for 10 seconds? Are you ready? First leg. Up we go and hold it.
Hands in my hair, finally we're here so wide. Saying you got a flight, need an early night, no. Don't go yet. Don't go yet.
And lower it down gently. Good. And the other leg, 10 seconds.
Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. What you leaving for when my night is yours? Just a little more. Don't go yet. Baby, don't go yet, cause I was.
Okay. Good job. That's our extension. That song is amazing. I'm just looking at your chat, guys. Okay, cool. All right. Let's do the strength test. Now, let's start. There's 3 levels to this. If you pass level 1, maybe we'll have a go at level 2. And I'd like your scores out of 10 in the chat room on how easy you found it. Now, it's quite a simple test. All you have to do is balance on one foot in an H position, like this. Completely upright. We're going to set a timer for 30 seconds. What you'll feel after about 20 seconds is this leg becomes fairly tired. It's quite hard to keep it up, so it's going to start to drop. And I'd like you to try and keep it up at hip height, that knee, all the time you do it. And we'll try that on both feet. And then if you found it easy and your scores are quite high, and as in it was easy, we'll go to level 2 and again to level 3. And if it becomes too tricky at any point, you can either sit out or you can try the level 1 while we do level 2 and 3. So you're always included with something, one of our activities. So if you get your first leg ready, we're going to try and hold it here in an H position for 30 seconds. And this is a really good strength test for your jumps and generally your leg strength. This at the H position stood upright would be anywhere from a beginner skater up to, if I refer it to like the inclusive skating levels, perhaps level 1 or level 2 for level, for like a lower level skater, you should be able to do 30 seconds in this H position, okay? So let's give it a go, guys. 30 seconds on your first leg. Start now.
It's just for a little drama. And I bet that you think that you know, but you don't, baby, come to mama. I get what I want when I want, and I get it how I wanna. And I want you, baby. Gotta get you, baby. We find the corner there, your hands in my hair. Finally, we're here so wide. Saying you got a flight, need an early night, no. Don't go yet. Oh, yeah, don't go yet. Don't go yet. Oh, yeah, don't go yet.
And relax. All right, scores in the chat. How easy was that? Marks out of 10. 10, it was easy peasy, lemon squeezy, ham and cheesy. 1, if it really hurt and it was really painful and not enjoyable at all. Easy. Okay, we'll do the same leg again. And we're going to do level 2, which is a quarter squat. So a full squat is 90 degrees in your knee bend. We don't need to go that way. A quarter squat is about here. So it's about 120 degrees, or it's, you could think of it as a 45-degree angle, diagonal upper leg here in the same position like this for 30 seconds. Level 3 is the full squat. So all the way 90 degrees, H position, That's level 3, much, much harder to hold. So now I've put it out there, guys. Choose the level that you want to have a go at, level 1, level 2, or level 3 for this next 30 seconds. We'll find the level that's right for you. You should just be able to make the 30, and then we'll do it on the other leg for the level that you found is good for you. What you could do is start in level 3 and just rise up a little bit if it becomes too tricky, if you fancy that. Okay, 30 seconds. Level 1 or level 2 or level 3? You choose. Let's go. Try and hold your back nice and straight if you can. Keep that knee at hip height.
It's a little more, don't go yet. Baby, don't go yet, cause I wore this dress for a little drama. And I bet that you think that you know, but you don't, baby, come to mama. I get what I want, and I get it how I wanna. And I want
5 seconds.
you, baby. Gotta get you, baby. We finally cornered there, your hands in my head, finally we're here.
And relax. All right, let me know again in the chat. What level did you try? And then what's your score out of 10? I did level 2. I pretty much, to be honest, I only just made it to the 30. That was getting a bit hard. Okay, we're going to do the other leg on the level that you choose. Level 1, level 2, level 3, 30 seconds. Again, if you find it easy, go lower. If you find it too hard, you can come up a little bit. And let's try it. So this is my weak leg now. Let's see if we can get this. Okay, let's go. Other leg.
So why say you got a flight, need an early night? No, don't go yet. Oh yeah, don't go yet. Don't go yet. Oh yeah, don't go yet. Don't go yet. Oh yeah, don't go yet. Don't go yet. What you leaving for when my night is yours? Just a little more. Don't go yet. Oh my God. La 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 la. La 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 la.
3 seconds.
Dale.
And well done, well done. That hurt. I made it, but it hurt. I'm gonna say that was a 3 for me on my weak leg. 3 at level 2. What do you reckon? On the weak leg, is your score higher or lower? Did you try level 3 this time? The balance, it's all part of it. So because that's kind of a measure of your core strength as well, to stay over your foot. Yeah, that one hurts. So that's not necessarily a strength builder. It's more of a measurement of the strength in your legs, and you could probably tell your weaker leg was a little bit more uncomfortable than your stronger leg. So the work to do on strengthening it is in your squats and your lunges and your ankle raises to strengthen the whole leg, to get your jumps ultimately higher and pushing easier on the ice and things like that. Means you can hold positions for longer, like longer spirals and longer teapots and things like that. Okay, I want to look at landings. I was lucky enough to attend a Zoom seminar on plyometrics, and it was delivered by a plyometrics coach who does track and field. So he does the events like the long jump and the high jump, which is where his focus was, as well as sprinter speed. How that relates to us on the ice, he had such a big emphasis on the landing being more important than the takeoff for injury prevention, but also for you landing well and being able to look after your legs and your muscles throughout your programs so they don't get tired, and that you don't overdo it in training. Now, one of the points he made is the position your leg should be in when you land. And I just thought I'd share this with you. And he talked about the equality between your hips, knees, and ankles, and the result if they're not equal. So what I'm talking about is the bend in your ankles, your knees, and your hips. When you land in your jumps, all those angles should be at a very similar angle. all those joints. So what some skaters do, they take it all in the knee and perhaps in the hips, and the ankle doesn't bend, so they fall forward and hit their toe pick on the landing. It scratches the ice. Anyone had one of those landings before? It's probably where you didn't bend into your boot. So that's the result of no ankle bend. Result of no knee bend is that your body falls completely forward, and it's almost completely upright. It's a very big force going through your legs, and it pushes its way out. So it's got to go somewhere, so it pushes its way out through your hips. You get the landing right forward. If you've ever done one of these landings, where you land right forward, not enough ankle and knee bend. And if you don't bend your hips as well, that puts a lot of the force into your back there. So that's also not very good for you. You need to allow your hips to go back as well. So just looking sideways on this, everyone try and get into this position. So we've got a bend at the hips, we've got a bend at the knee, I've got a bend at the ankles, and they're all the same angle. So you're thinking about all three joints there for your landings. So try a little jump, try a landing on 2 feet. Just think about your ankles bending and your hips pushing back slightly and your knees taking that landing as well. So it's all three joints working. Now, if you fall forward, there's a good chance that something didn't bend in an equal amount to the rest of it. Okay. So there, allowing your hips to go back. So no, if you're thinking in skating, we always get told to stand up and have that good posture. And how do you push your hips back and still stand up? It's allowing this to kind of, it's a pivot. So it tilts back. Your pelvis here can rotate. It rotates forward and it can twist back. And that's where you get the fold, and you still have a straight back. So when you hit your landing position, you can have an upright body with your hips back. And the knees bend and the ankles bend. So that landing position, not just the knee, and not too much hip, not enough hip. It's a little bit of all three angles. Okay, so we're going to do a little exercise. It's called the drop. What you're going to do is go on 2 feet, and you're going to do a little tiny jump and land in your landing position. You start with straight legs and you land in that bending position. So the drop, something like this. Up really tall, I do a little jump and drop. So I end up lower than I started. Drop into it. Now what you should be able to do, if your alignment's right, is hold that there and keep your balance to the drop. Now things to look out for is your knee going in. This is very common in skating, by the way. So don't think that it's something, it's quite common. Is to make sure that you're pushing your knees over your toes as it bends and not in towards the middle. So if you can't feel that, maybe you face the camera and I can see. Okay, so if you'll do the drop, little jump, bend in, find your balance. Good, good, good. Very simple. Good way of measuring what's happening. Okay, so the landing, very important. So I just wanted to make you aware of those, like thinking points as you're doing jumps. On ice, off ice, just general jump rotations like we do in this class. How you land, all three joints bending the same, and watching for that knee, trying to stay over your toes. So let's do it with rotation, which is always harder to control, but we'll give it a go. Let's try and get have a go at this. We did a loop takeoff in a class not so long ago. Might have even been last week. The loop takeoff is where you start with your feet in line instead of side by side. You start with them like this. What that does, it allows that front foot to cross in very quickly and snap into your air position very quickly. So I set off like this, one in front of the other. And it means when I do the jump, this front leg just crosses over, so it goes from the front, crosses in front. So I get my backspin air position from here, pull in as I take off. So from this position, I do my jump, and I'm in nice and tight with the feet. And then what we'll do is open out to our landing. We'll bend equally here, here, and here, and try and watch for that knee going in. Keep it slightly out as you do it. So loop takeoff. Once round, landing, control, exit. Same amount of bend in the ankle. So guys, try and keep that front leg crossed in the air. Yeah. So a lot of you are crossing it and then it's coming out before you land. It's coming out before you land. So I want you to try and think about landing still crossed and then opening it out. So you should feel the floor with crossed feet. You should feel that landing and then uncross your foot. Very good. Good try. It's tricky. Let me show you guys a little walkthrough prep for that. We'll do it on the spot and we'll attempt it jumping. It's quite hard to do this quickly. We have to learn to do it quickly eventually because you only get half a second in the air in most jumps. The average air time for any jump and any skater at any level is half a second. So a single is a similar height and time in the air to a triple or even a quad. So half second, it's got to be quick. So if you on purpose, guys, everyone try this. It's a good skill to have in your box. If you have not a nice high leg, if you have a high leg in your jumps, it's not nice. We want to fix it. Everyone start like this. The practice is pushing that free leg down quickly into that cross position. So from here, pushing straight down, really quick. Yeah, high leg, kick down, like that. All right, that's it, kick down. As fast as you can. So try not to just slide it. It needs to feel like a kick, like it's very, very quick from top to bottom, because that's the kind of feeling we kind of have in the air when you take off the jump. As soon as you jump, is to feel like you kick that in as quick as you can. So you get this. Okay. Now, the jumping drill for that is not rotating. It's just hopping. So we're going to hop in a high leg with a high leg. Hop from here. So I've got my high leg. Now, before you land is to click those feet together. So it goes like this. You see how quick that is? Go straight, kick in, then land. That's not easy. It's very, very quick. It does take practice. But that's what we try and do while you're in the air. Feet together. Feels like an Irish dance. Kick, kick, kick. In there. Yes, Callum. That's it. So it's your loop takeoff, kicking your feet together very quickly and then landing before getting your foot back out before you land. Good. Okay, if you want to try, this drill is from a loop jump. It's a prep for a double loop because single loop doesn't really need to be that tight. It's for more than a single. So it's good to try off ice first. You can try this with your loop takeoff, do the kick down like you just have, and see if it gets you any tighter and maybe further round in your rotation. So because we're not moving on the ice, you do this one on the spot. I like to do either a half jump first or hop into an inside three. So I'll step on the right, do my inside three hop, so it's still a half hop. And then I'm going to think of that lift kick in the air. Let me do it this way so you can see it. I do half lift kick and then to the loop from there. I'm jumping quite high to show you. I'm trying to give you as much time in the air as I can from there. Half lift kick and hit the light. Right, if you want to try it, let's give it a go in a loop jump, lift kick from a half jump or a half hop. lift to high H, and kick down in the air. I'll keep doing it so you can see it. Half jump, lift the knee, kick down, then land. Half jump, lift, kick, and land. I think I'm blending into the telly, sorry. I've got the wrong color trousers on. I'm gonna try to do it here. I hope you can see that. Okay. That's it. Your other option is to do it like a twizzle. So you do a high leg twizzle. And when you decide it's time to jump, you do the kick down from there. Okay. Not easy. That's a tricky one. Yeah. Still swapping feet. Yeah, try and think of that hop feeling. Okay. Right, let's move on, guys. Let's go. We've got a minute left. What we'll do, oh, I'm gonna be really mean. Sorry, guys. We're gonna do arm strength. And we're gonna try and hold your arms out straight for the last minute. I'll play a nice song for you. And you can do karaoke arms.
My favorite.
This one. Straight arms, straight elbows, straight wrists, and straight fingers. No dead spiders, please. They are not welcome in the inclusive off ice session.
Oh, my love it, I'm alone, yeah. I replay this moment for months, alone in my head, waiting for it to come. I wrote all your lines and the scripts in my mind. I hope that you follow it for once. I imagine myself inside in the room with platinum and gold eyes, dancing, catch your eye, you've been mesmerized, oh. Finally calling your hands in my hair, finally we're here, so why? Saying you got a flight, need an early night, no. Don't go yet. Oh, yeah, don't go yet. Don't go yet.
Elbows straight.
Don't go yet.
Do that straight.
Don't go yet. Oh, yeah, don't go yet. Don't go yet. What you leaving for when my night is yours? Just a little more. Don't go yet. Baby, don't go yet, cause I wore this dress for a little drama. And I bet that you think that you know, but you don't, baby, come to mama. I get what I want when I want, and I get it how I wanna. And I want you, baby, gotta get you, baby. We're finally corner there, your hands in my hair, finally we're here, so why? Say you got it, I need an early night, no.
Oh, I used to hate when my coach did that. And here I am making other people suffer with it. Because I realize it's important now that you can keep straight arms for the length of your program. How long's your program? Minute and a half? Great work, guys. As always, excellent. I will see you next week. Any requests for future lessons, just drop it in the chat now before you exit.